Good morning, everybody. Let's see. Let's adjust that. Too much light. There we go. I think that's better. It's lighted up pretty good here. I'm going to see if I can clear my voice a little bit. I had a little bit of a problem. I don't know what it is. My voice feeling all kind of crackly and gruff, and I don't know what it is. I keep saying it's the forest fires here in Colorado, but I haven't been around anybody or any forest fires lately, so it's just been me. So it's probably just my voice, and I don't smoke, so who knows what it is. It's got that very, very white voice, I guess. Anyway. So this is Reverend Sam, co-pastor at Amazing Love Sanctuary, from my own personal page and channel, living in love and grace. And I just had some things that I wanted to share with you today as we get on here talking about love and how it is and what it feels like. And so that's kind of where I'm at today. Talking about love, how does that work in our lives? I don't want anybody to feel like, with us talking about love, that I am advocating giving up or walking away or not looking seriously at the struggles that are going on in the world around us, because we definitely have some struggles that are happening each and every day that go on in our lives, and so it's something for us to think about what that feels like and what that looks like, and how love fits into that. So I wanted to just kind of develop that and build on that thought, and you follow along with me. And if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that too. So think about what I wrote down was stop, look, and listen, and then love. So when you feel like you have to engage in the battle, the argument, the fight, stop. I'm not saying you're never going to arrive there. I'm not saying you're never going to be there, but there may be a place you might be missing something, missing a message, missing a perspective that you didn't see. So I want to go that way and talk a little bit about it from that perspective. But let me start again. Start with my normal roots, beginning with 1 Corinthians 13. Love does not give up. Love is kind. Love is not jealous. Love does not put itself up as being important. Love has no pride. Love does not do the wrong thing. Love never thinks of itself. Love does not get angry. Love does not remember the suffering that comes from being hurt by someone. And love is not happy with sin. Love is happy with the truth. And love takes everything that comes without giving up. Love believes all things. Love hopes all things. Love keeps all things. Love never comes to an end. So I like that. I always like starting with it. It kind of changes my whole perspective sometimes. Stop, look, and listen. So this is to be kind of deliberate in your in giving yourself some time to notice the world around you, the situations around you, the people around you. Buddhists always talk about the importance of mindfulness, paying attention, being mindful of the world around you, of people, thought, and emotions, and all those things around you. And there's something very important and spiritual about that. Psalms 46 in the Bible puts it this way: be still and know that I am God. So here's in a biblical perspective, the Buddhist tradition is mindfulness. The biblical perspective is be still. So it gives us that opportunity to stop, pause, and notice what God is doing in the world. Notice God in other people. Notice the presence of God in your own life. And be aware of what's happening around you. People are not things. People are not things. You can be aware of a lot of kind of peripheral stuff, but when it comes to people, people are not things. No one is an it, or an object, or a thing. We are all created in the image of God. That's how he made us. Martin Luther King said it this way, that the human being is of infinite worth and dignity, not by vote of parliament or Congress, not by edict of prince, potentate, prime minister, or president, but by the divine decree of God. So you might ask yourself, what does that have to do with love? Well, everything. Everything. God is love. God is infinite, omnipresent, omnipotent love. God is all love. The God who is love created every one of us in God's image. And the infinite and the worth and the dignity that we have as individuals comes from the divine. So when we talk about love, we're talking about something that is meant to saturate every human being and every human being that's in existence. Because God gave us life and he gives us love. Somebody made this kind of funny saying one time. Everybody is God's somebody. What does that mean to us? It means that the key to the question is, the key question is, who is my neighbor? Is anybody my neighbor, or is everybody my neighbor? Are we really supposed to love everyone? Think about the story that Jesus told about the Good Samaritan. When we go by that story, his neighbor, our neighbor, is the person who needs love. What if you don't like them? What if you don't get along with them? What if they just rub you the wrong way? Still called to love them. There are no its. There's no mistakes. When you walk here to our chapel, Amazing Love Sanctuary, anybody can walk in. Anybody, no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, no matter what you don't believe, no matter what life has done to you, what life should have done to you, you're all welcome. Everyone is welcome. And that's kind of, to me, how our lives should be, that everyone is welcome in our lives. Everyone should be a part of our lives. We are called to love everybody. So the church, this chapel, this sanctuary, is where it's open to everybody. And there will be, in our sanctuary, at Amazing Love Sanctuary, there will be no outcasts. But what if they don't believe like we do? What if they don't talk like we talk? What if they don't even own a Bible? It's not about that. We're an interfaith chapel. Everyone is welcome. You can come, and we're going to love you no matter what. You can come with your atheist agenda, your Buddhist agenda, your Hindu agenda, your Christian agenda, your evangelical agenda, your Catholic agenda, and we're still going to love you. Your gay agenda, your straight agenda, we're still going to love you. The pressure's on you. to love everyone here. And can you imagine if we all loved that way and felt that way? It would change things. Nobody leaves anybody behind. Nobody. I'm sure there's people that you would rather not be with, or people that really don't touch your life a certain way or don't believe like you do. That's okay. I love when I get to meet people and talk with people whose life is completely different from mine. They love differently. They pray different. They believe different. We can learn so much from each other. And I find myself growing in such an amazing, wonderful way when I open my heart to that. So there's a beauty in that. And so one of the dangers of a faith community or a church is that we all feel like we have to all start talking the same and acting the same and believing the same. And that's not necessarily true. Years ago, I think I was right out of college, went to work at a church as a youth director in a little town in Kansas. And I'll never forget, on a given Sunday morning, a young couple walked into the church, and I was a youth pastor, so I didn't have a lot of clout, but I did notice this. It stuck in my head this whole time. So this young couple walks in. The husband was white. The wife was black. And I remember they walked in and I greeted them at the back, and they said, we just want to, on the doors coming into the sanctuary, and they said, we just want to sit in the back. And they went and sat towards the back. Well, wait, I think in the very, very back of the church. And I'll never forget, it was almost like everyone at the same time turned around and looked at that couple all the way in the back of the church. Well, that was exactly the very thing they were trying to avoid. And through the whole first part of the service, if everybody had to take their second looks or another glance, or you could see people talking to the person next to them. And it just blew my mind that somebody felt that way. And I wondered how people felt when they walked into that. And even as a young 20-something-year-old assistant pastor, I remember thinking to myself, I never, ever want somebody to walk into my church and feel like that. They didn't stick around very long. They got up and walked out. And knowing that little Kansas town, there was probably not very many places they could actually go and feel okay. But I remember how it hit me. How it hit me that somebody would experience that coming into a church. So my challenge for you and I is to learn how to love each other, even when it's difficult, even when it's a challenge, even when we don't understand. It's to learn how to love each other. Speak out of love in your heart, not out of judgment. Call people to love, not criticism, not condemnation. Call people to care for one another, to hold up each other, to encourage each other, to strengthen each other. Maybe examine in your heart how you see people. Are they people that are they human beings that are just in need of love? Or do you see people as an it? People that have to measure up to your standards first. kind of like drawing on the energy. Look at it this way. You're drawing on the energy of love. You're drawing on the energy of compassion. You're drawing on the energy of acceptance. And you stop looking at everybody as comparing them to the me, and you start seeing them as the we. We're all connected. We're all a part of each other. We all draw from each other and have strength and encourage each other. I know it's difficult. I saw somebody today, some post from a friend of mine on Facebook, and I don't know, I may have done that too. Shame on me for that. But they said, if you believe this way, this way, this way, this way, if you support this person, if you support this political statement, unfriend me now. Seems like the right thing to do, especially nowadays. But I'm not going to live that way. Because it's not about you believing like me, feeling like me, and talking like me. If you walk in here with your Bible, great. If you walk in here with a Bhagavad Gita, fantastic. If you walk in here with Buddhist sayings, that's great. We're going to learn from each other. We're going to dialogue with each other. If you want to come in here and sit on the floor, fantastic. I'm not crazy about that, but that's what a lot of people do. I always tell Jess, our co-pastor, when she comes in, I said, why are you always sitting on the floor? And that always used to, when we started our church at a yoga studio, and I remember, why do people that are doing yoga always want to sit on the floor? I didn't get it. I still don't get it. It just seemed weird to me because I don't want to sit on the floor. I was so used to, you sat in a pew or a chair, But if you want to come and sit on the floor, let's sit on the floor and love each other and care for each other, be a part of each other's life. I always love it when I'm sitting here in my office and people just wander in and or I least expect. Sometimes it changes my whole day. And I get to the end of the day, all the things I wanted to accomplish today, I didn't accomplish anything because I was on the phone or somebody walked in. But it's just such a natural thing to me as a pastor to just drop everything and focus all of my attention on that one person that walked in the door and try to communicate how much I love them and care about them, and they didn't interrupt my day. And so it's just kind of a calling that I think it comes kind of with the job that you get set that way. So what is life like for you when we go through those things, when we start experiencing love from others? So my challenge is this: continue this way. Stop. When you feel like you just got to lash out, when you feel like you're getting angry, stop. Stop the clock, stop the car, stop the momentum. Let's see, what did Jill say? I understand that. I kind of feel the same way. So if someone refuses to even try to understand what you think, then people just want to threaten and get angry. And I'm like you. I'm done with the fight, and I won't. Sometimes I see people who will jump on there and on something that I posted, and and I'm just like, why? I don't even know this person. And how can I communicate love to this person who just wants to fight and be angry? And so that's where just stop the ride. Yeah, there are a number of people that I don't know that I've tried to communicate love. I've tried to change the direction of the conversation, and it didn't go there. They wanted to just fight, and that's not me. I'm not that way anymore. Well, maybe I never was, but Certainly not with what I'm doing now, in that I want to project this ministry of love and grace, and not anger and bitterness and political rightness or whatever, or politics. So stop, look, and look at that person. Sometimes I'll get in a person like Jill, you're talking about, and I don't know them. They've attacked me, and they've called me all kinds of things. And how could you love those people? How can you love that people? How can you call yourself a minister? How can you call yourself a Christian minister when you have I remember I went to a church, an interfaith church service, and there was a Muslim imam, and then the kind of their version of a cantor. I can't remember the exact name, but he did the call to prayer at this Baptist church that I went to, and it was an interfaith church, and it was so beautiful. It was so powerful. Just the sound of that. And I remember I was going to pick up my phone. I was going to record that. But then I realized in my heart it was so holy that I couldn't do that. I needed to be in the moment. So I didn't record it. But I prayed. I prayed with this Muslim imam that was doing the call to prayer. And then I was telling another friend of mine, Christian friend, how I felt. That I really felt the presence of the divine. I felt God there in that moment. And they went crazy. They went crazy on me. How could how could you have, be influenced by that? And that was the devil, and that was Satan. And it was like, it was the nuttiest stuff I ever heard. And I kept trying to bring that person. I even tried to say, hey, let's get together and let's talk about this. Let's talk about your attitude and your opinion. I don't know if you read me right. And I could never get with them. And I literally had to say, okay, I guess we just are not friends. I just couldn't do it. It was like I was not gonna judge every Muslim by something that's on Facebook or in the news or something. I just know at that moment when I sat and experienced that call to prayer, it was holy, it was beautiful, it was different. And so I really challenged him to stop, challenge ourselves to stop, look around us, look at that person as an individual, look at that person as a person created in the image of God. Look at that person as someone with this piece of the divine in them. That person is your brother, your sister. And look at them and see something in them different than maybe the hate or the anger or the bitterness. And if they can't get past that, sometimes I think you have no choice but to say, this is not a good, productive relationship. Or the next one is to listen to them. Listen to them. Why do they feel that way? Why are they angry? Why are they hurtful? There might be something to their life story that you didn't expect. And when we become listeners, it challenges them to become a listener. And then the miraculous. We can love. We can wrap our arms around that person with love and acceptance, forgiveness, and see them the way that God sees them. And that doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes a lifetime to arrive at that place. But I want to encourage you to get there. There are lots of avenues, tools that I know we try to place in your heart and your hands. Bob posts all throughout the day amazing, wonderful things. You can get up in the morning and do and do meditation with Jill Tarnoff, and it'll literally change your day. And there are days that I just feel like, man, that was the best thing that happened to me that day. And David gets on there from Third Way Church and other people, and I think there's Kelly Davis has been putting up some really incredible things. And what's really cool, and I said this before, nobody's getting paid for any of this. We're all doing it just because we want you to learn to stop, look, and listen and love each other. If you're passionate about Black Lives Matter, fantastic, so am I. We're going to love each other. Not because of that, but because we love each other. If you're marching in pride and you're standing with the flag and you're standing with your LGBT people, we're there too. We're marching with you. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jill. Wish them the best, but you can't keep showing up for a beating and not question your own sanity. God, sometimes I feel like that too. It's like, what am I doing here? Why am I with this person? Why am I trying to communicate? And it's like walking in and taking a beating and then saying, can I have another one? I agree 100%. It's not easy. And but sometimes you've got to pull away from that. Sometimes it's walking up to the school bully when you're a kid and just taking a beating every single day. But anyway, learn how to love. Take the tools that we're giving you here on this channel, or I'll put this up on Positive Being Here and Now, and take these tools to rest. Bob talks about resting in love, and rest in that. Sitting with Jill and just meditating and getting ready for the day. And I love, Jill, when you're at the end, you say just sweeping that funk off your shoulders and everything else. And some days, man, you just kind of throw that funk on and you just keep it with you all day long, like you want it. But I like that. I like that exercise of, you just know there's nothing there that's you're sweeping off that is tangible, but it sure feels like it. And you can carry some real bad juju around all day long, things that you don't even have any control over. But that's my challenge today. Stop, look, listen, and love. By this, everyone will know, all people will know. Jesus said this. This is how people are going to know you're one of my followers. The way you love each other. I'm not talking about being a Christian. Jesus was a rabbi and a Jew. But he said, this is how people are going to know that you're connected to me. By the way you love each other. By the way you care for each other. By the way you look at each other. By the way you listen to each other. So that's my challenge for you today. To stop, look, listen, and love. Love. It's going to be a tough one. It's not going to be easy. And there are people that I'm spending my day in and day out trying to love them, trying to figure out why are they in my life and why am I challenged to love them? And sometimes I just kind of call out to God and say, come on, get them out of my life so I don't have to feel this way, but I know that they're there because God's shaping me and making me and calling me to love that person, as unlovable as they try to be, as much as they try to battle and fight and scratch. I'm going to keep loving them no matter what. But anyway, I thank you for being here, and I hope these words encouraged you throughout the day. Don't forget to share them. Don't forget to pass them on to other people. This goes to my Living in Love and Grace YouTube channel and then our Facebook pages. So make sure you enjoy that. And I'll just keep, since it's just the Sam and Jill show here today, I want to give, plug to Jill Tarnoff. Get on there and find Jill Hector Tarnoff and meditate with her every morning. It's the most amazing thing. I don't make it all the time, but when I do, it's like, thank God I got here. I needed it today. So Jill's on there Monday through Friday. It's just dedicated. I love that dedication that you have, Jill. So thank you. And then Bob Hildreth all through the day. And don't forget the other people, Kelly and David and Sarah from Third Way Church. It's just an amazing, man, you can't go wrong. And it doesn't cost you a penny. It doesn't cost you a dime to get all this good stuff in your life. Anyway, let me give you my forever love commitment, and then I'm going to let you go for the rest of your day. I got a ton of stuff to do. Brothers and sisters, I want you to know that I am committed to you, and you will never knowingly suffer at my hands. I will never say or do anything knowingly to hurt you. And I will always, in every circumstance, seek to help you and support you. If you're down, I will lift you up. Anything you have that you need, anything we have that you need, I will share with you. And if need be, I'll even give it to you. No matter what I find out about you, good or bad, no matter what happens in the future, my commitment to you will never change. And there's nothing you can do about that. You don't have to respond. I love you. And that's what that means. Sometimes when I've had some people that just really wanted to battle and just say some really crappy things on social media or Facebook, I send them this. And it just immediately stops the conversation. I've never had anybody go, thank you. Well, one time I think I had somebody that said, thank you, I needed that. But I send them my forever love commitment. And it just stops everything, because that's what this is all about. Stop, look, listen, and love. Let's do that. God bless you. This is Reverend Sam. Have a great day.